Good morning, everyone. Good morning. It's been the Palo Santo for me. It's really just been hitting the spot. Every once in a while, smells just, they take you out of where you are and they put you in the place that you want to be. But welcome. Happy Monday. Hello. Hello. Oh, nice to see you. So nice to see you. Hope it's a beautiful day for everyone. It was really fascinating this morning. I was shuffling and clearing the cards. This morning I recorded, pardon me. This morning I was called, good morning. Welcome everyone. Good morning. I was called to record my full moon channeling and healing first, which normally, I record the introduction and then the all signs reading, and then I do all the other things. So I was channeling this morning and it felt beautiful, it felt great. And so I just decided to keep the little bits of paint on for our call today. A little bit of pizzazz, if you will. But how are you feeling? How is everyone feeling? We're in February now. What was the date of our last? It was when Mercury went into Aquarius last week. Today is a really fascinating day. Astrologically, this week is just, I'm jazzed for it. So today we have Venus conjunct the North Node in Pisces, 29 degrees. And as always, and I mentioned this a whole bunch, but I follow the mean node and the mean Lilith, not the true node and the true Lilith. So that might be a different degree if you follow the true instead of the mean. I think it's at 28 degrees, but so that will be off. But there's also a very fascinating aspect, which is Mars is squaring to Chiron. So Mars over here, retrograde in Cancer, is squaring Chiron. I hope you can kind of see Chiron. Chiron's the one that Sybil keeps ripping down from the wall. I got a cute video of her the other day. So we'll break this down super duper quick because the intention for the video was to talking about being yourself and being your true self and being your most authentic self, but in a way that might feel really scary. And it might feel, going into the full moon that we have next week, which is in Leo, I've been reading my workbook that I wrote in November of 2024, and it talked about, because I highlighted this in my all signs reading. Because, okay, I'll start at the very beginning. Tomorrow, Venus is going to go into Aries and Jupiter is going to go direct. So Jupiter has been retrograde since October of last year. So the questions that I asked, Jupiter went retrograde on the 9th of October, 2024. Ask yourself, what have we learned since then? What new ways have you begun to communicate? How have you grown up? How unmanipulatable are you now? And where did Jupiter transit in your birth chart? This is big stuff. And so that's happening tomorrow, which is on the 4th. And then we have the full moon on the 12th or the 13th, depending on where you are in the world. What I say about that, the following week brings a full moon in Leo. I feel so good about this transit. We are collectively growing up. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place, but I want you to have this information. Jupiter is going direct in Gemini 11 degrees, a mental jump out of hibernation. We will all feel as though we've been in the depths of study of our own reality and might want to come back out of hiding and tell our community what we have discovered. That's just Jupiter alone. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. I should have prefaced with that, but mutism just kind of took over. I was just really excited. So Jupiter's going to go direct tomorrow, and Venus is going to go into Aries. Jupiter, she's plump. She is thick. She does not apologize for it. She is herself. This is luck. This is abundance. Venus is also abundance. So I find these to be very important. But Jupiter is expansive, very, very expansive. The first video that I did about Jupiter in Gemini is what you focus on will expand. It will expand. This is mental, Gemini, third house, communication. early learning, short trips. So many of us, the majority of this community, if not all of this community, we've been processing. We've been speaking from I statements. We've been looking at ourselves. We've also been blossoming into our spiritual practice. Morning, we've been, really what is it? Like putting rubber to the road, doing it like full hog. I know a lot of people have been commenting about how shaking and maybe peeing my pants, I'm creating something or I'm doing something. I'm really focused on that future image, really focused on that. So I feel like with Jupiter going direct, and later on this month, like I said in the February video, Mars is going direct. We'll have 1 week of all the planets going direct. So it's all systems go. We're coming out of a little bit of the chrysalis state that we were in. And what I find with this full moon, now that I've said all that, I can say the following week brings a full moon in Leo at 24 degrees, which might show us that we might not, which might show us all that we might not have the same realities as some of our community members do, which is a-okay. Sometimes we need a reminder of whom we are meant to be with and whom we are not. I want us all to take this full moon seriously and move along when something does not work for us, especially since the nodes are shifting into mutable signs. Adaptability is going to become our superpower. So this is fixed, dude. The full moon, sun will be in a fixed sign, the moon will be in a fixed sign, squaring Uranus in a fixed sign over here. The nodes are where we can be leaning. That's really where we're supposed to be focusing. I'm going to pull some cards now that I've kind of said the. So, with all that being said, to wrap it back around again, it might feel like you're ready to show the world who you are. I want you to, because can't make this up. Can't make this up. Is that 10 degrees? That's, third decan of Pisces. Yeah, that's third decan of Pisces. It might feel, Birth of Venus Tarot. It was a long time. Oh, the Birth of Venus Tarot. I love you so much. I've had that deck a very long time ago. The Botticelli deck, correct? Is that the Birth of Venus? Like, is that, or am I misquoting? Like, please, if you are a tarot reader and that's not, love you so much. I love you too. I'm so grateful that you're here. Thank you so much for being here. Oh my goodness. It might feel, yes, beautiful. Okay, awesome. It's gorgeous. It's so gorgeous. I haven't had that deck in many years. It's just absolutely striking. Absolutely striking. Oh, sorry to go off on a tangent there, y'all, but I got so excited. So let's do it. And this is what came out first. We're birthing our new world with our thoughts, words, actions, and intentions. We see that beautiful thing in our mind's eye. I really believe that this is third decan of Pisces, which is where the North Node is. It might not seem like everyone has your best interest in mind, because they don't. It might not seem that everyone that's in your reality is supposed to be there. It's because they're not. And so I find that the more you become your true self, it's okay to be there. Good morning. Good morning. Have a blessed day. I'm so happy that you stopped in and that you commented. I'm so happy that you commented. I'm so grateful that you're here. Definitely catch the recording and have a beautiful, blessed day. Oh my goodness. Getting some approval. I approve of you. I approve of you. And doing mirror work for that, reminding yourself over and over. And it comes with practice. It comes with practice, saying I love you to yourself in the mirror a few times a day, because maybe you haven't heard that for the majority of your life. So I'm 37, about to be 38. If I do something once or for maybe a week, I'm weighing 1 week against 37 years. So it'll take our brains a little bit of time to rewire, to remind ourselves. That's why I love Post-it so much, because it takes you out of the basic programming of your brain to say, oh my God, I am so lovable. I am so worthy. I am so magical. I am so great. So it might feel as though there's a big divide, or it might feel as though there's a divide within your reality. Yes, hugging yourself. Thank you so much. Yes, yes. You're turning 37 this year. That's beautiful. Yeah, you're going from a 9 to a 10 or a 1 year. So this is lots of stuff to be left behind in your 36th year. No, I'm so glad Birth of Venus Tarot is saying that, because I mentioned that in our Lead with Love. Self-hugs, like the butterfly kisses and things like that, even just the, what is it called? Emotional freedom technique, tapping on your love space. I'll do that sometimes. Like it's very like dirty dancing if you know it, but like just a heartbeat next to your heart. I am loved. Thank you. I appreciate that. I don't know what to do with that just yet. He said I looked 23 years old, and it happens. It really does happen. I had actually, yes, I think it might have been Salty Mama Soul Trap. I'm not sure, but I had a subscriber comment that she's like, I thought you were late 90s, baby. I'm born in 1987, and I'm so grateful. I think that it was sobriety. If you'd met me in my early 20s, I did not look this way. Yes. The tapping, it really helps. It really helps. And it's just sinking into that moment, sinking into that vibration of, I am so loved. I'm safe. I'm right here. I'm where my hands are. I'm where my body is. Our mind is limitless and it can tell tales and spin stories, positive, negative, future. But like, am I where my feet are? Am I in my reality? I'm picking up my coffee cup. I'm taking a sip. I'm live on YouTube. I'm talking to my community and my friends from all over the planet. All of these things, it's reminding us I am right here. You know, there are so many realities right now. There's so many things. You can pick up your phone and you can see scary things upon scary things upon scary things. You can look out your window for a lot of people and see scary things upon scary things upon scary things. Depending on where you live on this planet, you can choose that. So it takes incredible courage to say, I'm safe, I'm loved, I'm abundant, I'm magical, I'm safe to be creative. I'm safe to be creative. Oh, IT social. That's another story for another day. We could talk about more personal things later on, but thank you for commenting and for being here. But right now, my purpose, how do I say? Actually, this is a really good moment. I can tap into this. I could judge myself and I could sit here and say, you're 37, you're expired, no one's going to want you, you're this, you're this, you're this. I could sit here and I could find a lot of validation for that. Who does that help? Does that help me? Does that make my reality more enjoyable? Do I have tomorrow promised to me? No, I don't. Nobody does. So I could enjoy my life exactly as it is, where I am, and trust the God of my understanding to send me the right people at the right time. There's a lot to be said to that about having children, and it could be a lot of your soul contract. It could be that you still have programming for many years, and I spoke of this a lot because this is my last human life. I said, I'm not creating karma. I'm not going to have kiddos. Like, that's just not for me. And only within the last year of my life has that shifted. So I'm so grateful you are my friend as well. And so a lot of people are choosing not to. A lot of people are choosing later in life to. It really doesn't matter, but the world is shifting so much that when we really look in the mirror and we say, what is it that I want? What is it that I care about? What am I working so hard towards? This is actually important. It can hit a lot of us very productive people that, maybe have come from a job or an environment where we had to hustle, like hustle culture survivors, corporate survivors, myself included. And so I had an experience, it was on Friday, where I'm doing tons of work to my website, tons of work to, all of the back end stuff. And I love doing it. It's fun because I'm learning how to like build a website and learning how to do all these things, the ins and outs of my business. And so I woke up on Friday morning, I recorded 2 videos and I responded and, really spent time with all my emails. And it was just, it's beautiful. Like there was a day in my life that I've prayed for the life that I'm in right now. Prayed. And so I recognized by the end of the day, I was just burning out. I was like, I can do this. I can do this. Maybe this one, I've had a block to this, then I can do this. I was done. I tapped myself out because I was still living with the constructs of an older version of myself and trying to overlay that construct into my current paradigm, which I cannot do. Which I cannot do. And, a lot of that can be my judgment of where I am in life, whether it be personally, whether it be professionally, whether it be in my location, whatever it may be, it can be judgmental of myself. I have a Capricorn moon. My God, of course, I've talked about this before. I could wake up and be like, "You haven't done anything yet?" Like, I just want to pee. Oh my God, my ears ringing without that judgment. Ah, so being ourselves. With all that being said, being ourselves will attract the right people, or it will give that person that you're standing in front of the opportunity to say, "That's not for me." However they respond or react to you is none of our business. That has nothing to do with us. It's just if we're not our most authentic selves, then we're in essence lying by omission to the people in our life. And it's not fair for us to say, "Oh, I'm not going to tell them that side of myself. I'm woo and I can't tell them because then what if they're not woo?" And so it's not fair to those people. It's also not fair to yourself to say, "I want you surrounded by people that support you. I want you surrounded by winners. I want you I call it winners with the growth mindset. That's my language for it. But people that are supportive, people that vibe. Yes, exactly. Exactly. There's this beautiful, this is about team and your mastery. I had a beautiful moment on Saturday where I got together with a group of gals that I haven't seen in 5 years. In 5 years. And we literally picked up where we left off. Five of us sitting at a table, chatting, laughing. I haven't laughed so much in so long. And when we were leaving and we were giving our hugs and kisses, one of the gals had said to me, like, "Oh, nobody worried about what they were saying. Everyone was just themselves. This was authentic." And it was really one of those moments of that exists. I want to mirror this for you, that that exists, that you are welcome here. There's not a single thing that's too woo or too anything. You know, the foundations that I've set for this cafe and for this community is we speak from I statements. So if you share something about your life, that's your reality. I'm not going to take that from you. I'm not going to convince you otherwise in any capacity. If you say something that is not my reality, I will say, "That's not my reality. Thank you for sharing yours, but that's not my reality." You are allowed to say that. You're allowed to be in a different reality than anyone else. And that's how I know. I have friends that, I live in the United States. Not everybody does here. Listen and receive. Yes, yes. This makes perfect sense, is what the Birth of Venus Tarot is saying. Like, this makes perfect sense for us right now because you're allowed to be surrounded by people that support you and that want you to grow. If we utilize the lens of a growth mindset, it's saying, no one that's doing better than you is going to judge you for trying to start a YouTube or for making a TikTok or an Instagram or becoming a content creator, an entrepreneur, or solopreneur, tarot reading. There's so much space at the tarot table. We need more. We only think that what's it called? That the market is saturated because we curate our own Instagram, we curate our own TikTok. So, of course, if you're interested in tarot, you're going to see tons of tarot readers. We need the way that you see the world. We need the way that you interpret it. And there's so many spaces welcome at this table. It's multidimensional. My guy, I can add, as many spaces as you want at this table. We're all welcome here. So, what I think and what I feel is that being ourselves, and nothing is really slowing down right now. Yes, I'm so grateful that you're here. Oh my God. It's Susanna. Exactly. I'm having full chills. Everyone's magic is so unique. How boring would the world be if we were all blades of grass? How boring would the world be if it was all sepia tone or if it was all black and white? We need your specific color palette. We need the way that you see the world. You wouldn't have that desire if it wasn't meant to be expressed. It wouldn't be a dream that you constantly wake up and you're trying to create and you're trying to become if it wasn't meant for you. That's your future self planting those seeds. That's your soul being like, "Do it this way, do it this, paint your face, do the thing, do the thing." And so this is really powerful as well. The mastery. Yes, yes, I'm so happy this is resonating with everyone. I find that this is going to be, it's the spiritual community, and I don't even like, oh, what's the word? Is anyone else struggling with that? Because I feel like this community encompasses more than spirituality. It's, I say growth mindset, I say creative expression, and not just this community, but people that are just the light workers, whatever it may be. I'll say light workers for lack of a better term. We're being asked to be the leaders, and it might feel so scary where you're like, I'm just Harry. I'm just Harry. I'm just a kid. Like, and we're being asked to step into a very courageous space to possibly be judged, to possibly terrifying, absolutely terrifying. It can be so I was re I was having a mental moment last night where, every once in a while, like, I'm on my computer and I take Sundays to myself. It's something that I put in my FAQ page as well. I take Sundays where I'm not always, responding back to comments. I'm not always, engaging as much. Like, I'm available for emergencies, text me, call me, and like, we'll get to you. But I try my best to stay with myself and to just kind of like and plop a little bit on Sundays to replenish for the week. So I was doing something on YouTube and I was, going to get a video, and I stumbled across a comment that it just like I was like, oh, why did that hurt so much? Why did that hurt so much? It's not this. And it's like, and it hit. It's, like, I'm getting used to it. There was, when my first video ever went viral, and I'm like looking at all these hate comments, and I'm like, you just take the whole thing down. You can just tap out right now in the world. I don't know what to do. You're telling me, it's just all my greatest fears are getting realized right now. So it's really scary, but the more you lean into it and the more oh my God, even the day that I found on my computer when I was like, there's a dislike button, and somebody took the time to press a dislike button. I'm sorry. I just want to be a light worker. I just came here to shine my light, and I have to deal with the cruelty of the world. Why can't everybody just be nice? It reminds me, we can't expect ourselves in everyone, but we have to show them who we are. We have to show the world who we are. We can't lie to ourselves. We can't bottle up our energy, our pain, our sparkles. We can't hide any longer. The world needs us to turn the light up. And in the micro, that might be terrifying. It might be terrifying. So like, people are going to see me. The people on my Instagram or, at 2222, when I said that, are, friends and old colleagues. They're going to see me doing it. Dude, the first few times I was like, you're gonna channel publicly on YouTube. And I was like, yeah, you're gonna do it. You're gonna do it. Yes, 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 Susanna. Yes. It's so powerful because, in a sea of people, when you are yourself, when you shine your light, it offers for someone else somewhere else to do the same. I had someone comment like, "Thank you so much for sharing your gift and the way that you do it. I needed to see this right now." There are enough people, how do I say? There are more than enough seats at the table, but when you show up as your most authentic self, shaking, peeing your pants, this is not easy stuff. It is not easy stuff. I've literally lost clients after I tell them that they need to express themselves more, they don't come back. So I get how difficult this is. Oh my God, yes. Okay, I'm taking you up on that. Not like, yes, we're planting that seed right now. Absolutely. Absolutely. I can't wait to meet so many of you in person. Cannot wait to meet you all in person. And just, I'm receiving that and sharing that with you. And we'll have a long cup of coffee and we'll chit chat. I can't wait. Oh, oh, yes, yes. So it's scary. So, what do we do when we're preparing to do something that scares us? Sets and reps. We get used to it. Nuno, are you alive? Nuno, I've been waiting. I'm hugging you. I'm so excited. Oh my God. I could cry. I'm so happy. I've been waiting since I started doing my lives. Is this a good time for you? Oh my God. Nuno has been connected, my soul brother from across the world since I like started my YouTube. I'm just beaming right now. Like, when you have someone that believes in you at the beginning, like Nuno saw me in a place where not many people did. So I'm so grateful. And it's just, I'm so grateful that you're here. Thank you for being here. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. I'm not. It's just like I take what I do so like when I read that people I'm so grateful for you. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful that you're all here. Like it's just like this is my mission and it's to oh my god, literally I promised myself, I was like, you're never gonna cry on YouTube. And it's just but no did it. It's I want to inspire you that oh my god, I'm so grateful. Thank you for holding me right now. Thank you. Because it's just I love so much what I do, and I work every day on how do I show up? What would they really resonate with? Does this work? They want more of this. Like, how can I be of service to the people in my world? And I just don't always respond right away. Thank you. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. And it's scary, and it was scary at first, but I promise you, when you really get those sets and reps in, when you keep pulling cards, when you keep showing up and doing interviews, and I'm so grateful as well. I'm so grateful that I showed up in your feed. YouTube sends, like, literally sends me to the right people at the right time. It is I can't even express more gratitude for the YouTube gods because it's like there was a long time ago that I was so worried that I had to force it, but it's really like I literally pop up on your feed at the exact moment that I'm supposed to pop up on your feed. And it's just, I couldn't be more grateful. I just couldn't be more grateful. So, the most practical thing that I would recommend to people is really trying things on and saying it to yourself in the mirror. If you are a content creator or an entrepreneur or someone who wants to be stepping into this world, this is literally the card that the full moon in Leo is at. It's you are in an advantageous position to be able to do literally. I have my teaching cards right here. Like this is how we might be feeling. Oh my goodness, Susanna, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I thought of you with the face paint where I was like, do I take it off? I was like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. It's staying on today. It's staying on today. So this is where we're releasing. This tarot card represents the last decan of yeah, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of Leo. So this is going to encompass the full moon in Leo that we're having. This is we're in an advantageous position. See how he's standing above the wands? He can handle this. You can handle any words that come at you, any judgments that come at you. But I would rather you can handle this. You can handle that. Oh, there she is. There she is. I want a major. I want a major arcana. It just feels a little upside down. And what we're asked to do every day is not always going to make sense. The pace that we're asked to go at is not going to make sense. Resting, like literally, Mondays, I don't take clients. I'm here with y'all. I do some things on the computer and then that's it. And I hold this energy and I hold this space. So, what you do is so potent. What all of you do is so potent. Give yourself the time and attention to get to know yourself, get to know the real you, maybe before you try it on with other people. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. This is a phrase. I'm so glad that you just commented. I'm just trying to get my mission done, apparently for free. I don't care anymore. Thank you. You this is the mindset shift that really unlocked this for me is that God, universe, whomever you have labeled the out there, the all that there is, God pays my bills. It's not a person. I don't have to convince you to see me. You give effortlessly. It's part of the science of getting rich. It's Bob Proctor language to speak to him. You leave everyone, you give them more in use value than you take from them in cash value. You give like it's your job because it is not the person that's on the other end of the telephone that's paying your bills. God will drop an idea into someone's head to say, send her a tip, send her this, send this person this. So open that this is what helped me and it unlocked even I had a subscriber that was like, well, what if we want to send you this, what if we want to send you this on my website? I put a how to support page, Venmo, PayPal, donations, Amazon wish list. You have to open it up so that when you build it, they will come type of an energy. But remember, because we can get super like salty and a little bit bitter when we're the foundation of this was, an old friend had reminded me I was getting ready to do a tarot party, and the girl, was a friend who was giving the friends and family discount. And she was like, I want to do it for this many hours. And I was like, it's only supposed to be here. And my friend reminded me, like, God pays your bills, girl. God sends you the money. And it's a law of the universe, is like what you give, you receive. So if you go above the human, go above the 3D, and you go to 5D and above, it was one of the best tarot parties that I've ever had. Ever. The messages that came through were so beautiful and so open. That's when you get a random this, or you find money, or somebody buys you a coffee. Like, it doesn't matter. It being open to God blesses me in infinite ways. I'm open to my abundance coming in infinite ways. So that was a little mental shift that really helped me when I was starting, because again, thousands of videos, not thousands, thousands of hours I spend. And when it comes to having a growth mindset and when it comes to entrepreneurship, attach the dopamine to the process. It's not the end result. It's, am I enjoying what I'm having a full chill? This might resonate for some people. We attach the dopamine to, I love what I do every day. I love that I get to do this. I love that I get to do this. I literally just cried with you for the past 15 minutes. So when you love what you're doing, it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. It comes because you overflow with that abundance, that empress that's like, she's just laying there. She's just like tits out, whatever. Things come to you. They just come to you. So give in ways that feel great, and just say, God, and this is something that it was during a healing session. That this message had come through. You can definitely, if you have the language of meditation, higher self, spirit team, and things like that, you can say to your higher self, because these are beings, your guides are outside of time and space. You can say, like, hey, I have like bills to pay. And this is like, this electricity costs this costs this, and I have to do this 3D job that really lowers my vibration. So if you could send me this amount, that would be super cool. That would be super cool. A subscriber reminded me in my last video, the February 2025 video called Pay Attention. She's like, because I was asking for signs, and I was asking for signier signs, but I wasn't being specific. So when you're open to abundance, everyone's open to abundance. When you're open to clients, everybody's open to clients. But what are the aligned clients? What is the amount that you need right now? Beautiful. Pressure's gone. That's amazing. That's amazing. And just sit for like a timer of 60 seconds and just visualize the best case scenario happening, and sit with that gratitude and sit with that excitement and just be like, oh my God, so many people just bought it. So many people are going to help themselves. So many people are going to enjoy my art, my creativity. Like, it's different. Like, this is different than like, like, go to the highest octave, go to the highest level of excitement and be that version. You know what I mean? I think this is hitting. Okay. This is the Gemini card. So I know that the lovers have come up a few times for us, and this is the second time that I've like cut into the deck and the lovers have been reversed. So this could be, Jupiter is in Gemini retrograde going direct. This could also be decisions that we have to make, because this is, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. That's good. This is love, is lovers coming in. This, when it's reversed, can just be, I don't have yet what it is the amount that I'm looking for, the subscribers, the publisher, whatever it may be. I don't have it yet. And also never discredit the power of yet, and just say, I'm becoming that person. I'm becoming the vibration of the person that can hold that. It was a podcast, a Lewis Howes podcast. David, his last name starts with a G. I've referenced him before. I apologize. I can't remember his last name. Gingham, maybe. Where he said, and I've referenced this before, instead of me receiving the thing, the person, the whatever it may be, in prayers, shifting it to, God, help me become the vessel that can hold that energy. Help me become the conduit to hold, to be the container that can hold that abundance, that can hold that subscriber count, that can hold that prosperity. Help me to become the vessel to attract it, to hold it, to be that version of myself. And that is speaking from I statements. That's asking for the tools to co-create with the God of our understanding, not saying like, please, 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 saying, I'm the one in physical form here. I'm the one who would love to be the expression of you in its highest form. I want to enjoy all that my soul came here to enjoy. I want to really be able to express you, God, you higher self. There's something that he had said that I really loved, and he speaks to Kabbalah, which I know is not for everyone, but this really resonated. He was in a darker moment, and he said to God, he's like, this is making you look bad. This is making you look bad. Like, I speak your praise, I speak your word, I'm doing all these things, I'm giving, and he's like, and I'm supposed to be abundant. This is making you look bad. So you can be salty sometimes with your guides. God, you could be yourself. You can be yourself. It's something I always empower my clients to do when, whether we're channeling, their guides, their higher self. My purpose is to really offer you alignment, but to empower you in sessions to be able to connect to your guides on your own, to be able to connect with your spirit team on your own. There's not a single thing that I do that you won't be able to do. It's just going to be, like we said in the beginning, your own expression of it. So the way I channel is going to be different than the way you channel. Just like the way that I talk is going to be different than the way that you talk. We're all individual humans. And so the way we shine, our X-Men, is going to be a little bit different. But stepping into it and those sets and reps, it's like the first few times I was channeling, I think I recorded like this whole video where I was like connected to all these interdimensionals and my inner teenager came out and it was just like super embarrassing. I think I recorded it. It was just like, yeah, I was in meditation, literally connecting to interdimensionals, getting to know like a lot of my spirit team, or not spirit team, but my galactic team, and channeling and connecting. And because it was so telepathic, my inner teenager comes out and was like, this is it. This is all it looks like. I thought it'd be different. I thought it'd be better. I thought it'd be this. And it was like I burped and farted at the same time. And I was like, I'm so sorry. They're like, no, you're doing your inner work. You're great. You're fine. But it was just like, oh, you've got a friend in me. I'm not going to take your reality from you, but you're here and I appreciate you. And if you want a friendship, you've got one across the world in me. So you can be as neurodivergent as you are. I've got a splash of autism, and thank God for that, because it makes me good. Like the fact that I can function with numerous screens open at the same time, I don't think that I would be able to do that if I didn't have a little bit of the autism. So if you want a friendship, you have one in me. It's offered to you. So what questions? Does anyone have any questions before we close out for the day? Thank you so much. I'm so grateful that you're here. Any questions, anything? How can I best support? I'm going to do my full moon video this week, as well as the all signs reading. The full moon is on the 12th, 13th of next week. I love you so much. I love you so much. So, so much. You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. Let's see, final cards for the week. Judgment. Guidance for the week. Be open to your dreams. Be open to like how you're allowing the universe to speak to you. I feel like Jupiter going direct is really going to unlock some ideas, or I feel like YT Social maybe like spending more time in meditation, or really, thank you so much, Susanna, or, hugging trees, being in nature, being in a way that gets out of our minds and back into our heart, into our gut, into our body. And, again, like I had said in my February video, I was like, I'm looking for a signier sign. But if I'm constantly in front of my computer, if I'm not driving, getting the wind in my face, if I'm not doing the things elementally that I know put me in a clear space to be able to receive those messages, I can't intellectualize those messages. I can't intellectualize how to surrender to the current. I have to flow with it. So definitely celebration. This honestly, this card can sometimes have a timing component to it, where what is the next holiday that you celebrate? This could really be utilizing the full moon as a celebration. We're not thinking rationally during full moons. Everybody turns into the werewolf. We're all a little bit cuckoo pants. So if we know we're going to be cuckoo pants, have a dinner, celebrate, have a cupcake, do something for yourself, do something with people if you want to. I love spending my evenings with myself, with my cat, watching, superhero movies. It's a good time. It's a good time for me. There's a new Marvel movie coming out on Valentine's Day, and that's where I'll be vibing, vibing. Can't think this through. We can't intellectualize a lot of what we're experiencing. And if you're confused, don't make big moves. Mars, fun. Yeah. If we're confused, that's not the time to make big moves. Taking our time. It's come up a few times in the bottom. Again, again. So yeah, I would say, yeah, Venus is going into Aries when Jupiter goes direct tomorrow. Yeah, Venus going into Aries. I feel like Venus in Aquarius and Venus in Aries, it's a little bit like, yeah, un bit spicy. Maybe even Venus in Leo time, but this is, and we have a Venus retrograde coming. I have a whole video on tracking Venus. I'm very fascinated by that transit. It's a lot of fun. And really, like Susanna, she follows Venus and really tracks Venus. So it's a really beautiful, beautiful, fascinating time to really learn about yourself through the transiting planets as well as your natal planets. So I would say lean on Venus, lean on love. And how can you lead with love? How can you give self, Aries, love, Venus, while you open up Jupiter to more downloads? Woo! It's a whole process this time around in Aries. Susanna, I am so grateful for you and your knowledge. If there's anything specific that you think this community could benefit from, please comment below in a very general way, but I couldn't highlight Susanna's work more. It's like really leaning on the feminine. We all have masculine and feminine within us. So leaning on that feminine, it's money too. Like we were talking about, being open to that paper coming in, being open to all of that abundance happening. It's, how do I say? Be open to it, however it comes. Like I was saying, God blesses me in infinite ways. That's just a mantra that you can utilize. I love that one. God blesses me in infinite ways. I'm really open up all of the different ways that can happen. Donation pages, all different things, and just be open to receive. I'm open to receive my blessings, all different things like that. I feel like this could be a really powerful time for people to really get to know themselves. This first pass through Aries is about noticing what things feel like. We get a second pass. That's so beautiful. We get that retrograde. She's going to be direct for the whole month. She goes retrograde on the 1st of March. Oh, oh, I love this community so much. I love you so much. Thank you for holding me while I got emotional there. I love what I do, and I love every single one of you. I think that's it for today. Just listening to the guides. The self hugs. It does. I think someone had commented that it feels weird sometimes. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful to be here. Thank you for showing up. I can't do this without you. I can't do this without any of you. It's not possible. It's just not possible. And so the self hugs, getting a body pillow, getting a teddy bear of some kind. Teddy bears are great because, or some sort of a stuffed animal that nurtures the inner child as well. And having that just to kind of love up on, those are really important things to do. And it's okay if it feels silly. It's okay if you feel silly. Those tappings, your body doesn't know the difference. Yes, yes, the self hug, beautiful. It's so potent and powerful to love ourselves because truly we know that we're consciousness having this human experience, but our human body needs the love. Our human body needs the reminder that, like, oh my goodness, there's time I've walked into really terrifying meetings before, and I'll just put one hand here and then one hand like right here. I'm like, girl, I got you. I got you. You're good. I've got you. We're gonna be fine. We can handle this. I've got this. It reminds your inner child, you don't have to run the ship. You don't have to worry. Inner teenager, I got you. Physical and spiritual severely mismatched. If you are a meditator, just a thought, spending some time in meditation and just getting to know all the versions of yourself, or having, and this is just general across time and space, so really don't take anything that I say as doctrine, just offering for this comment. You can sit with yourself or give them a label, give them a color. Say, okay, I know when my inner teenager comes out. I've always said, like, whenever I say I don't wanna, I know my inner teenager is coming out. You can give them a color, give them a name, giving your inner child a color and a name. Whenever, I really want pizza, I have to check in to say, like, is this my inner child that wants a pizza from Papa Gino's in 1993? Or is this actually like my body? Am I in flow? Like, get to know them. They don't all have to be friends, but you can get to know them. You can spend some time getting to know them. That's just an offering that is like not doctrine, but that's just what I do, because they don't all have to be, they don't always we're we can sometimes feel like patchworks. We can sometimes feel as though maybe we're mixed matched. If we're mixed matched, then don't try to put it together. Just be with what you're in, and whomever is talking right now, be with that person. That can work too. That can work too. I find moving meditations help with that balance, walking, dancing. Exactly, exactly. For me, sometimes just stemming it out and dancing it out and shaking it out, that can sometimes really help me. But if go with what does work. It doesn't have to be sitting in meditation like this. It could be, like Susanna was saying, it could be walking, could be talking to yourself in the mirror. I find that looking in my own eyes sometimes, like that, it really helps me, where I'm like, okay, who's talking right now? Whenever rage comes out, I'm like, okay, who's talking? Who needs attention? What is it that you need? I had like a shriek in the car the other day, a shriek, like what? Like like a teenage shriek in the car. And so that, then don't go with those. Whatever you don't like, focus on what you do like. Focus on the way that you do like to talk to yourself. And it doesn't have to be what I'm recommending. It could be what works for you. The way that I present it is that it's a cafeteria line. What I put on my plate might be wildly different than what you put on your plate. So don't take anything that I say as doctrine. These are all just offerings. So I'm here to support however I can, but if I can't support, just know that someone's here to listen. But I think I think that's it. I care about you all so much. I'm wishing you all a beautiful, blessed, abundant, prosperous week where relaxation, thank you so much. I'm so happy that you're here, where relaxation is available to you. I hope you get to spend time in nature. I hope you really just know how loved and supported and cared for you are. And just know that I think about all of you, and that all that I do is for this community. And just know that I'm here if I can ever be helpful. My email address is in my about section on my website. You like send me a message if I can be helpful. I'm here to listen. I love you all. I'll see you next week.